Kalitsounia are delicious little ricotta and feta pies from my mother's beautiful island of Crete. Now, each Cretan family has their own way of preparing them. Some people like to fry them and drizzle them with honey, but personally, I love them baked with some fresh mint in the middle. Now, I've given my mum's recipe a gluten-free makeover. I've replaced her regular pastry with my gluten-free olive oil pastry from my latest book, Gluten-Free Mediterranean. It's a great all-purpose pastry. You can use it sweet or savoury. I'd say it tastes much better than anything you'd find in store. So let's get started. We add our gluten-free flour. Now, this is an all-purpose flour, so it already has some xanthan gum mixed into it. You don't need to add anything. I'm going to add a little bit of baking powder to give our pastry some lightness, and a pinch of sea salt flakes. We're just going to blend those dry ingredients first. Now for our wet ingredients. Extra virgin olive oil, the only olive oil my mum cooked with. That goes straight in. We are going to add 2 eggs. Now, eggs are a great binder, so when you're working minus gluten, you want something to help bind your dough together, and eggs will do that for you. So, in with the second one. And I'm just going to add a little bit of water to bring our dough together. And we're going to blend this until we form a dough. Okay, our dough is ready. So it's really soft and pliable, almost like Play-Doh. Okay, it's got great elasticity in it from those 2 eggs that we added. And the beauty of this is because we made it with olive oil, it's also dairy-free. So this is a really good all-purpose gluten and dairy-free dough. So I'm just going to flatten it into a disc. I'm going to wrap my dough in cling wrap for an hour. Now, the reason we do this is it needs to rest in the fridge so that the flour absorbs all the moisture in the dough. It makes it much more pliable and easy to work with. So in the fridge it goes. On to our cheese filling. To start, 500 grams of full-fat ricotta. It's a nice, light, fluffy, neutral cheese. And then our second sharp cheese, some feta. I'm using a smooth and creamy variety here. It's fantastic when you're making a pie mix because it's really soft and easy to mix into the other cheese. So that just goes straight in. I'll crumble it with my hands. Now to bind our mixture, 1 egg. For some seasoning, some sea salt flakes. And for a fresh herb, I love to use mint because I just love the freshness of mint. If you're not a mint fan, you can easily replace this with some fresh thyme or even some dried oregano. I want that really fine, so I'm just going to run my knife through it. Okay, in goes our herbs. I'm just going to mix this until it's well combined. Okay, our cheese filling is nicely mixed. It's time to assemble our pies. Set that over there. Grab our dough, which has been resting for an hour. Now, the easiest way to do this is to divide the dough into 4 portions so that we're working with 1 ball at a time. Now, as you know, gluten-free dough is much more fragile than regular dough, so I'm going to share a few tips and tricks with you here now. The easiest way to roll gluten-free dough is to grab 2 sheets of baking paper, place one on the bottom, place your dough ball on top, and another sheet on top. This allows us to roll our fragile pastry much more thinly, so we get a nice, thin, light, flaky finish. Just press down. I want to get this as thin as I can without breaking it. I want to show you how thin this is. I use my round to cut the pastry. And lift that off. So we've got a beautiful pastry thin there. Now to this, I'm going to add our filling. You can add 1 to 2 tablespoons here. And we'll just spread it nice and thinly. So using my hands, I'm going to pinch up the border. I just lift it up and create little creases all the way around. And there we have it. All we need to do now is sprinkle on some sesame seeds and spray our pie with a little bit of olive oil for a golden finish. Place it on our baking tray and keep going. Now these are ready to go into a hot oven, 200 degrees for 20 minutes. Oh, my mother Sophia would be so proud. These look just like hers, and this is what you'd find in every Greek bakery all over Greece. Let's have a taste. These taste just like the ones I ate growing up, and that creamy feta is just delicious, especially when paired with that mint. Kalitsounia, just delicious. There's a little taste of Greece in every single bite.